Hey guys, tonight we wander through river-misted memories where empire seeds took root in water-soaked soil. You feel Central Asia's crisp winds biting your cheeks, stepping onto wildflower-strewn ground near Ferghana Valley. Those ragged peaks rise knife-sharp against apricot dawn skies, holding ancient snowmelt in their folds. Reality check. Racing cavalry charges across these hills would leave your city legs jelly within minutes. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and the exact weird hour your clock shows right now. Now dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum. And let's ease into tonight's journey together. You smell wet earth and crushed mint underfoot. Babur's earliest world. A mere teen ruler here, his heart glued to rushing streams. Those mountain waters shaped his dreams long before emperors breathed his name. He watched clear currents carve paths through stone. Little garden plots bloomed under his care, echoing the river's dance. Terraced herbs spilled toward almond trees, modest, yet profoundly alive. Historians confirm he founded the Mughal dynasty, a mountain boy turned continent shaker. But his soul never left Fergana's song. You bend tracing finger grooves in damp clay irrigation channels, narrow water lanes mimicked wild cascades, babies mimicking parents. Babur fetched melon seeds like treasure, hoarding crisp sweetness. Picture him trading jeweled daggers for rare fruit stock. Quirkier still, he wrote tender poems to cantaloupes. Yes, odes praising their fragrant green gold flesh. You huddle near charcoal braziers, 19-year-old Babur sketching plans. His pencil scratches coarse parchment, zigzags like stream rapids. Garden paths twist, sudden then smooth, as mountain moods demand. Chinar tree saplings huddle near stone benches, sentries watching time. Historians still argue whether these blueprints emerged in exile or triumph. Ink blots spread like dawn clouds, holding tomorrow's empire. You hear splashes ahead, slender canals feed lotus ponds. Silver fish dart between roots, vanishing, then flashing bright again. This quiet engineering held worlds, later shouts echoed it. Project managers, eat your hearts out. Babur's genius flowed simple. Water always seeks its own level. Gravity guided every channel, slope perfectly natural. Workers sang monsoon songs, digging alongside kingly dreams. Uncanny how that melody survives, river ancestors humming below stones. His boyhood oasis framed paradise where thinking felt clearer. Problems untangled themselves, reflected in still pool surfaces. Winter slams the valley, you pull wool cloaks tighter. Candle glow catches ice, pinpricks in leather tents. Babur writes diaries, mourning lost harvests. Starvation gnaws his camp, dreams resist frost's chokehold. Years pass, bruised, but breathing his garden's root deeper. Did those Persian gardens spark envy later? Perhaps. Stone-lined waterways tame, ferocious Himalayan melts. Cherry trees hunch blossom heavy, spring's forgiveness granted. You brush pink, petals drifting like snow, coolness kissing skin. Royal duties tug Babur southward, India's heat beckons. Wistful, he crumbles Ferghana soil into cloth packets. Pack horses groan, earth memory traveling too. Beyond lay brutal battles, Durrani swords meeting elephants, yet his mind replays calm water stepping downward. Endless debates rage. Did those small plots birth Taj Mahal's soul? Listen close. Those river tricks whisper through marble eternity. Conqueror's guilt, salved by jade, and shade growth over graves. Stolen moments return kneeling beside mint beds pre-dawn. You watch craftsmen, not bamboo frames, beside water clock towers. Time pours liquid, measured slow, into bronze bowls marked with stars. Mathematical wonders harness runoff, drop by musical drop. Sundials tower over time mounds, streaked with midday blaze. Persian lilacs bow heavy drunken on humidity 4 centuries thick. Midnight drone bees buzz past sesame oil lamps. Shadow puppets dance, stone swallows in palace eaves. Babur sketches lotus rosettes, obsessing over petal angles. His charcoal snaps, dusting knuckles black. Tomorrow arrives, dustier, armor shining under harsh sun. Rain returns. You taste iron-rich mud on parched lips. Ululating wind sweeps plateau, grasses, a million blades bowing. River strikes gold, sudden sunset gleam shattering into flakes. Night sky mirrors, silvered water paths, heavens turned liquid. You glimpse cubs, snuffling berry thorns, our story pauses. You trace cool jade pathways, fresh from Imperator Babur's remembered streams. Now dusty boots scuff near think space gardens reborn. Emperor Humayun finally returns, his mind heavy with foreign shapes. 15 long years spent winding through Persia's embrace, marking every ancient king's garden plan. He witnessed flowing water ordered, strictly obedient, within wide grooves. Geometric heavens etched onto earth, so precise, so controlled. Paradise made real, one careful channel at a time. His hands shake, reaching for smoothed clay still drying. Model makers hurry close, their fingers cradling wet earth. Here's the proof of all that exile brought home. See them carve vast rectangles within splendid sandstone walls, 4 precisely echoing squares, making one grand pattern hum. Water defines every line flowing straight, then obediently turning. Historians agree Humayun imported this vision wholesale, Persian paradise, mapped onto Hindustan. Familiar channels brought unfamiliar order, a ruler's borrowed dream. Water murmurs low, polishing jade banks, shaping its dream course. Each corner holds meaning, life, faith, bounty, eternity, intertwined beneath stone queens. Then comes the fringe stuff. Forget strict schoolroom days. You brush rubble near a far garden wall corner, feel that soft hollow. Groundsmen hinted for ages, whispering over tools at dusk. Beneath library stones, lies a strange clay-sealed jar jarred. Inside rests a tiny baked earth toy. Yes, child Humayun's lumpy elephant model. Groundkeepers say buried hopes stay built, small magic hiding deep. Maybe it's dust nonsense, or maybe real old yearning made solid. Hoard the thought for now. Just notice older water carving, soft rock patterns. Observe builders press wet mortar, sealing paths with deep attention. Notice that special curve shaping the central water feature. Historians still argue whether this bend aimed to mirror a world river. Perhaps it was only engineering, a neat trick, making water flow play nice. Was heavenly design mere practicality, or deep learning etched in earth? Listen, the water whispers quietly, keeping its reasons close. This centerpiece became theme space, copied across royal lands, later waking generations. Light dims, long shadows stretch as builders unroll reed mats. They sleep under roaring moonlight, heedless of sharp pebbles prickling backs. Think of all Humayun saw, Persia's blue-tiled dream terraces fading slowly. Hear the steady chink, trowels shaping earth for tomorrow's paving. You crouch, pushing your palm flat against waiting cold jade track. Does it remember Persian sun, hot on its uncut face? Maybe it dreams coolness, Ganges whispers, finding slick stone skin. The builders shift, one mutters poetry into star-strewn, dew-rubbed night. Even emperors deserve deep sleep. Even borrowed gardens require rest. Tomorrow, waterway gates open, paradise detail flickers, alive sidetrack quests. Crickets are louder than grievances left behind on long roads. Twilight finally wraps stone models and tired ankles yearning stillness. Jade channels appear bottomless, swallowed softly by smooth hushed night water, swirling unheard hymns. You stir to sharp stone dust sneezes, morning, stabbing through dew-soaked mats. Laborers yawn near fading garden outlines, stretching coal-black knuckles above heads. Yesterday's perfect water paths shimmer, ready for Akbar's inspecting sun. Remember Humayun's precise earth squares. Forget tidy boxes. Today demands mountains, ripped from sky. The ground beneath your boots rumbles alarmingly, a low tremor rising. Down the newly laid garden approach, a mammoth shape barrels closer. Emperor Akbar arrives astride Hasten, an elephant known for eating entire banana trees whole. His shadow smothers Humayun's careful water channels completely, an eclipse foreshadowing scale shock. He swings down near a Yetra edge cliffside. His architect, Burble himself, taps a rough ledge overhead. Historians widely record Akbar's fascination with reshaping nature itself for leisure. Rock-cut gardens became his exact signature move, ascending play spaces carved from living stone. This thing, though, planned as the ultimate gaming terrain. You squint up the jagged cliff face, sheer stone biting blue air. Artisans cling there, tiny figures swinging heavy iron picks. They seem mid-battle, with stubborn rock hiding a vision. Each swing echoes loud, like muskets popping far away. Shards skitter pattering around your dust-covered boots nearby. Smell that. The gritty tang of older earth cracked open yesterday. See the veins exposed, water patterns too old for names. Akbar points east, then sweeps his arm toward another sheer wall standing mighty. There, his voice carrying over chipping echoes, mark the king and queen chase them over valley views. His dream unfolds a chessboard big enough for giants playing. Pieces carved taller than palace guards themselves would stand frozen forever, never before hatched ambition. Even garden history gasps loud here. The rough rock stage shifts slowly, your neck cranes back painfully far. Workers fix thick hemp ropes onto strong metal stakes driven deep. Pulleys grown neat, hauling giant jade blocks skyward inch by painful inch. These rough chunks cradled forest green light, deep secrets within milky shadows. Sleek deepest green offer calming glow under harsh sun striking down. Remember Agra's vaulted glow, yes. Raw jade feels different early, slippery sharp, under clumsy questions. Workers call it singing rock, insisting real music ignores, ears listening wrong. They traded woven silk scrolls for 3 full moonlit nights, delicate designs, pinned by obsidian needles onto sand-strewn floors. Here comes the quirky story, shared by sweaty chiselmen drinking at dawn. Workers claimed smearing mercury against the stone surface softer, edges permitted tools. Fumes against foreheads brought strange jade whispers. It guided hands, crafting lifelike detail more true. A recipe's forgotten royal artisans, perhaps. Only the wildest groundskeepers swore truth showed this. Whether mystic guides or wishful chatter, the pieces grew astonishingly swift day after long grinding day. Underneath a canvas tent crouch master carvers. Their chisels ping gentle, like hammers tapping hardened eggshells too strangely. Forget smoothing stone, they carve expressions never seen on living faces. One queen stares skyward, frozen mid-thought eyeing enemy gambits far away. Her robe, acid-etched by blowpipes, seems stirred by phantom winds, offering comfort. Near her base crouches a jade elephant pawn trunk curled just right, ready for pushing tactics. Craftsmen debate curves, scuff marks briefly, applying beeswax perfection. One rub them clean, overnight gleaming. Historians still argue fiercely whether Akbar meant exact battle tactics teaching, or were these jungly jade fights simple theater made huge strange. Was it about image solidity, showcasing rule across permanent terrain misunderstood? Winds shift, bad dark clouds pile against horizon hills, turning angry. Rain threatens fragile sketches pinned to dripping canvas tents all about. Workers curse low, grabbing precious hidebound plans, needing real protection. Jade dust turns slick menace under careless boots, sliding, uncontrolled. Panic feels near, a work ruin storm touches stone mountains nearby. Burble shouts northward commands. Guard lines brace rope anchors, faster tightening. You huddle under a jasper outcrop, watching workers fight nature's own dangerous strategy unfolding. This pause isn't about water flowing neat anymore. It's stone refusing surrender, whether war games, stopping sculpted war creations, developing slowly. Lightning cracks, abrupt white, revealing sculpted faces, watching sky gods battle brutally. Jade queens hold expressions wistful, perhaps recalling sunnier palace squares. Behind them, forgotten, ever-regal stillness survives, rough winds pushing them hard. Damp night falls sudden, but work pulses stubbornly onward under swinging lantern. Array's golden light gifts men hope. Torch smoke coils thick around jade wrinkles, more deeply carved each hour past. Seen sideways glancing, stone pawns seem poised rolling forward on silent bases unknown. Lanterns flicker, making shimmers run up queen robes like ghost snakes alive. Shadows transform serene faces into tactical frowns perhaps. Chisels chime rhythms soft, an echo against hours, stretching early morning ahead. Akbar walks close inspection, his shadow blending into queen shadow, pointing east unwavering. Above, half-carved horse, king knights lift stone hooves, seemingly forever stuck mid-strike positions fixed. His hand lifts toward stone bulk, imagining long moves unseen. Pieces were never intended playable by human hands at all. These were God's game, hoped conquering time, simply forgotten. Your lungs burn trying breathing stone grit air, far past midnight thick. Moonlight bleeds cold blue across half-carved pawn armies. Palace walls dwindle far right, rushlights tiny and weak distant. Here work sprawls across chilled rock fields large yet unseen. Rough chipping echoes lonely, a stark rhythm against rustling owl wings near. 74 artisans huddle below unfinished queen shapes waiting. Their fingers smear charcoal lines across green surfaces still unformed. Lanterns sway precarious around them, fat jars dripping ragwick oil tallow. Each flame paints giants writhing across crushed quartz paths, uneven. That flicker makes knights look restless, stone muscles tense to charge. Real work happens slower. Hammers bite, crystal hidden, fractures dangerous secret. Midnight air keeps edges brittle, better to chip under soft moonomen. Sound fades, unforgiving hard. Watch a craftsman press his ear flat against a rook's cold base edge, listening inside its wound place where mallet strikes echoed minutes prior. They track hidden cracks, humming, following veins, ringing fractured falls. Some bolt upright startling, sudden Nakshband. Pattern break. Hands scramble shifting ropes quick. Prevent precious stones splitting, wrong way unsaved. A mainstream truth revealed under dark time's strain. Jade cracks sing high grief before shattering. A boy treads careful, bringing sweet lime water clay cups. His bare toes smart, avoiding jade shards, hidden dirt dark. Workers cram waste scraps wild under tents, flapping eager. Later, groundsmen pound them into drainage, grit smoothing castle moats. It goes far. Tonight, though, they whisper that old stone tale, hugging warm bowls unsure. That Xinjiang jade seems real magic, ugly brown crust covers precious heartstone deep. Like ugliness guarding truth, stubbornly they murmur soft. Hiding beauty makes theft hard thinking. Grins flash white in lantern glance sparse. Guards corroborate this theory. Imperial ledgers state clear. Raw block value climbs higher than pure gold metal weight, for weight majestic. Chisels scratch deceptive against elephant pawn, flanks overly hard. Green dust puffs dance, faint, in the fickle light heights. Here lies the deep debate scholars avoid debating correctly. Did Akbar's men carve jade with lost steel formulas unknown? Or wrap blades in laughter-soaked wool, stopping shatter edges found? Historians pore over toolmark micro-grooves, elaborate. Arguments flourish yearly. Moonlit craftsmen merely dipped blades into oversized sheep-fat lamps smoky. Heat softened the stubborn gem mass, diligently slow meaning success. Metal could shape impossible robe pleats, then sharp and deep truly. Jade groans low somewhere massive, a sound felt deep inside bones shaken. Winds leap greedy down cliff faces, grabbing men, poorly clothed worn. Lanterns bob, uncontrolled, frantic casting monstrous bishop shadows, leaping tall. Workers slap rough plans, trapped under quart rock shards terrifying. The air reeks perilous, like lightning waiting, strike, ready unsheathed. An overseer grips a half-split rope, yelling exaggerated dangers forthcoming. Then quiet crashes, abrupt rough worksite tension loud. Candlesticks, knocked sideways, splash wax across horse night haunches simple. Thick droplets look like ancient battle scars, weeping heat honest. Artisans sag, exhausted, ignoring disaster moments, routine and common. Tonight needs careful carving regardless fear intruding. Dawn aches somewhere hiding thick beyond rock rim slow rising. Hands numb clutching stone, knuckles split blue raw, unnoticed painless. Limewater spills, acrid across sketch marks muddled faint. Carvers sway weary tracing phantom designs, blind, unsure plans. Yet see small miracles birth silently around the torches, dying suddenly. Look east side pawn line, finished under frantic night labor particular effort. Figures smoothly blended into one animal, parade frozen solid forever. 70 pawns represent Akbar's own war elephants, remembered sturdy posture beautiful. Milkstone, eyes gleam eerie, catching weak moonlight borrowed last. Imperator lions flanking twin gates finally show snarling teeth, fiercely lively. Terrifying realism dawns craft mastery clear and bright, indeed witnessed. First sun slices hot striking crowned, queen eyelids proud and high. Jade glows, suddenly profound, capturing her fierce royal stare rock hard. Workers shield faces, tired smiling, muddy tears broad and true. Akbar's impossible mountain breathes, now, game board ready imperfect grandeur. Tools sleep idle, exhausted chisels strewn reckless, on cooling stone soft. Rope weavers curse weak, recoiling burnt palms red sacrifice finished. Today's challenge, safeguarding fresh carved pieces against emperors, elephant-crushing feet stormy. Royal behemoths dislike awkward stone obstacles. Lantern boys skip jaunty towards camp, bobbing lights, strangely hopeful. Dawn never looked quite so petty following. Genuine effort strong. You catch lantern beams bouncing orange over Jainist work tents, low near ridgelines unknown. Dawn struggles weak over Agra Township valleys, catching cooking fire sparks fleeting. Human shapes stretch under tall bamboo poles, holding canvas, escape tight. This multi-faith stone camp, hid near emperors' noses, craft world forgotten, almost purposeful. Workers chaotically mix faith marks, Islamic crescent chisels, stacked beside Buddhist prayer clappers askew. That scrawny fellow grinding water pitcher smooth. Well-known Sufi whirling dancer flailer, Hassan injured badly. Opposite him, Jain ascetic Muktabai scoops jade dust, gentle, avoiding ant troops honorable. Her monk thread wraps glow, pure white strangeness wonderful. Groups work uncaring of holy boundaries. Reality mattered solely here. They shared one goal, carving jade into eternal chess dreams whole. Mainstream history marks Akbar's wise policy, religious tolerance enlightened. He gathered talent, ignoring scriptural disputes, wisely for progress. Fringe talatellers whisper stranger truth nights later. Some workers followed court, Princess Jehanara's, felt Sufi orders grand, secret perhaps. Her mystic star maps, guided gem alignments, secretly star-guided artistry. Historians still argue whether moon phases impacted Jade's song response mystical. Acoustic science met ether beliefs, unknown. Then, clearly, listen deeper past chisel snaps constant, now louder familiar. Muktabai hums Hindu lullabies, hiding art-fixing whispers careful. Her family lore teaches few known truths uncommon. Acid-rich mountain waters split jade flawless always. Master hackery suppressed that method wild, freezing jade offered safer results, faster soon. Long sacks, hung wet, swung hard, cracking rock, next dawn arrival. Midday unfolds, scorch patient testing, resolve harshly grueling. Your arm aches, holding apprentice lunch water sacks, heavy chandu spiced rice, cooling sweetly under trees. Workers remove proper sandals, respecting Jain earth thoughts diligent always. Shah Jahan's taxmen noted odd silence near craft sites distant. Budget fattened unknown leagues, gem glue recipes cost, elephant's gold equal weight foolish. Fingernail joints think someone paid bribes deep, concealing costs forever. Right here, Sufi metal master Ramsa marries Jain grinding tricks impossible fast. Ramsa invented glow-tinted suspension, fluid green turpentine mixed rice, paste, horrid concoction. Jain monks coated slabs, then cutting paths looked neon clear. Muktabai notices you squinting, also rubs resin over your eyelid generous. Surface veins bloom yellow gold, suddenly obvious vital markers. Jade secrets unveiled, common wisdom blind. Corners hide archive bits scarce. Bamboo strips retain figures charcoal dry, unreadable. Groundsmen sprinkle sacred, soot blurring knowledge preservation, safeguarding shy. Celsius numbers survive preserved solely oral. 70 degrees Celsius safe temp checkpoint. 17 degrees lower than. Hairline grief cracks emerged instantaneous showing error. Lime water splash cooled carving tools. Swift rescuing princes priceless. Most times. Watch Muktabi's lamp centuries. Old bronze holding all cedar, fluid rare. Jain communities refined lampwick science, forgotten genius, noted. Fat tungsten threads, bright, burned ashes, non-distraction mindful. Islamic craftsmen transmitted brass lamplight methods, similarly familiar. Both systems shed gentle glow steady, no matter what came. Differences blurred under moonwatch, routines casual nightly. Chand the logskeeper waits sketching tool drawings convenient later review. He jokes serious before sleeping, spirit artisans sneaking, curve cheats naughty yet helpful. Proof sits across workshop sunshine, lopsided dream visions, unbalanced light. Kashmiri scroll carriers, imported chalk blueprints demanding symmetry, harshly perfect. Local hands, fixed errors, secretly crook night looks, fierce, naturally biased. Sweat drips reckless into eye corner, stinging sharp alone ghastly. Workers flick muddy wash water, defending unfinished pieces fortuitous accident. Tradition kept all mud blessed happy, protection sudden. Secularists laugh historicism, annoying arbitrary, truly problematic. Toolsmiths worshipped Saraswati, without huge belief complication unnecessary. They needed steel edgy sharp long, worship helped nothing safe. Modern efforts replicate their edge remain pointless sad struggles, continuing. Superstitions, breathed ubiquitous common like camp smells, rich thick. Owl plunges silent over pawn hillside curious. Some yell lucky omen, loud praise welcome. Muktabai covers her muslin shawl, forbidding ill luck harsh warning. Her people held owls flawed, forever negative unclean sorrowful. Sheik Ramsa grins bright mocking, points knife upwards cheerful defying tradition bravely. Tool chests clustered carefully fair, beyond normality, stark differing. Jain chests held woodlock, key-notched, triple safety, excessive. 4 main guards rotated watch, prayer shifts, dutiful overnights. Inside lay Devanagari tablets, describing gem-break formulas, critical preciousness. Sufi masters held leather codex bundles, stitched light sloppy, seeming open strange. They used cipher language garbled gut feeling, writing wonderfully unreliable truth. Mealtime seas, segregated mats, neat foolish. Vegetarians, apart meat muscle solemn quiet, yet spicy millet gifts, traded silent worthy fare, exchange nightly. Muktabai shares pepper pot stew shocking non-vegetarian surprise, hidden mostly. Her taste test miracle needed verifying careful non-spiritual way serious. Belly laughs, erupt easy following moments, hectic chaos released. Work songs, echo wild star song beguiling sink, beauty humble. Jain hymns blend flawless with Sufi zikr chants, ancient mysterious. Liturgical harmonies swell unexpected, turning rubble heaps sacred hasty. Chant voices bass drone low, while Muktabai hits shrill notes perfect above. Temple musicologists busied erecting ethno-studies, field later famous indeed. Moonrise brings arguments deeper strange than daylight possible unique. Ramsa gestures constellation, pole star ripe, pointing spear-long fingers gaudy. He insists star drift governs, gemlight twinkles minor, observable distinct pattern. Muktabai counters strictly, inner auras pulse slow jade life unseen. Both carve queens buxom, arguing heated whole night, consistently. Gem quality seemed unaffected, proof both wrong likely unimportant fact. Craftsman knew quarreling dark, aided hand steady, quiet, ironic naturally. Charcoal plans draft, bewitching ridiculous. Akbar insisted conerook tip, angles sharp, 13 degrees over 8, exact. Muktabai altered fractional actually, 11.4 degrees sly change, welcomed. Stone sat safer, her wisdom proved proper smart adjustment fine. Akbar detected only glory, total missing alteration, tiny truth. Moonglint spread particular weirdness across her finished rooks, stunning. No columns, yet indexed Smithy's complex supply trains exhaustive. Forgotten sciences remain tedious search foolish, mostly untouched wilderness. Groundwater seeped clever designs wrecking masonry, joints perpetual annoyance, lengthy. Muktabai begged triple channels, cut deep, diverting water spirits, gentle psychic assumption. Engineers dug anyway, finding spring floods, diverted legitimate long. Diggers proclaimed her blessed, instantly magic flowing, abundant, certainly. Stardata boards, shaded blue beneath tarp rag, cover small. Archaeologists discovered some much too late, brilliant, missing burnt, accidental. Modern labs decode baked wood char swirl patterns, unique difficulty, misunderstood. Worker mounds held copies, now woodlice eaten rotting. Jain purity laws forbade, written word scraps burial tricky. Wisdom returned soul, forest, dust, thin, scattered, forever regretful. Dew gathers slow on your upper lip, tasting sweet eternal fresh. Too sweet lime water baths revive carver's feeble quick, saving sanity, barely today completed. Sandstone shifts, cruel grinding huge, underfoot sharp. Suddenly, that sudden sandstone crunch under your boot. Just outside Jahangir's main garden workfield chaotic today. Workers mutter over jade blue pathway plans, oversized. Emperor Jahangir arrives sudden, eyes squinting thoughtful onto bamboo scrolls complex. His inked poetry sprawls margins tight, near florist layouts, overlapping confusingly. You smell royal, oud oil thick wafting, downwind distracting sharp. Little surprise, he won core, awards writing gorgeous verse splendid. Ruler Jahangir breaths new script lines into green pathways grand. His quill sketches curl trails round future pawn, standpoint silent. You trace a planned walkway, fluid, like script, carefully unrolling, story-rich. Historians confirm he designed Key Shalimar Gardens himself, famous. A few even whisper worse, thought stranger, that he liked burying his garden plans under full moonlight potions. Odd madness, perhaps. Workers hide smiles behind calloused hands, doubtful kind. Imagine decreeing poetry onto gravel. What fool orders shrubs rhyme silly? Yet those walkways, now unwind, beautiful curving mockery, vanished. Reality trusts only grace, unexpected, glorious. Green-hued cutting blades snick against quarried stone rough. Jade slabs sit carved, not yet polished, coarse surfaces. Master Pathic taps his chin, doubtful, studying the curves strange. Jahangir wants waves in the paving, stones themselves, difficult rendering. Like freezing ocean peaks, solid rock, folly huge. Pathic grumbles, feeling old stories bite hard, remembered. His grandfather advised against such whim-bloat, terrible expense. History confirmed. Historians argue whether Akbar gifted him these odd tendencies, inherited really. Nature or nurture, debate endless among specialists, maddening. You step over fresh-set jade flags, shimmering cool green. Each piece cut, following Jahangir's script form, fluid floating script. Sunlight bleeds, underfoot warm turning stone veins, golden temporary. Royal epigram lines transformed into physical curves, downright funny visual. Half expect the pathway itself to start whispering sonnets ready. Workers chisel careful, copying his handwriting style faithfully. Blossom air tickles your nose, pink pollen floating thick this season. Running bamboo pipes, map planned water routes, vital underneath, soon secret. Watch Pathic swear quiet, near a mistaken curve, obvious error. Too tight royal hand, skipped connection, impossible masonry principle strong. He scratches his head, thinking practical solutions, rare, somewhat. Calling Jahangir wrong equals exile, quick dismissal, instant harsh. Pathic adds 2 extra pieces, bridging gap, hidden clever trickery. Later generations will puzzle over wrong turn design, elegant, little hiccup, buried beneath botanical marvel, marvelously amusing. Sudden order arrives, loud gong sound echoing canyon rim loud. Workers halt blades mid-strike, frozen, silent, motionless ritual. Jahangir weighs precious items against his royal body, weight, oddly fun event, yearly. Scales hoisted onto marble plateaus, flat, silver glare, intense, harsh. Officials pile gold coins into one pan, shiny, enormous height, slowly. Then ruby strings, traded pearls, odd silver idols, strange collected objects. He desires weight balance, equal, symbolic, fragile game, poetic. Bureaucrats panic, always finding enough heavy stuff, brutal moments, extending. One mutter about filling pan with apples, maybe faster solution, faster dear. Garden center shows huge rose-carved sinkholes, water holding planned. Stone petals fold, unfolding, spiral downward, sheer artistry precious. Builders predict floating rose smells, mixing jade dust, damp, perfect future. Future historians will credit Mumtaz Mahal, incorrectly, annoying oversight immense. 2. Peacocks tiptoe, seeking worms near dug zones messy. Their piercing cries remind everyone that royal birds droppings everywhere. Pathic shoos them waving arms, frantic curse-filled, ineffective slowly. Wind carries, faint gardenia, scent distant promising, heaven near. Pathic pores crushed scented peat filling carved recesses, deep fragrance layers. Permeates stone once watered long release, scent glorious genius hidden. Workers bucket, do pure creek water, storing cool dark, waiting launch night soon. Picture floating, jasmine petals drifting lazy circles, slow hypnotic. Teenage labor Huma pretends sneezing allergic sarcastic drama, loud nice. Older masons chuckle soft, understanding dry humor practiced joy light. Deep slopes today carved require king's ramp, installations crucial safe. Jahangir remembers steep steps, proving fatal ancestral garden, unlucky bad. Smooth pathways roll downward, easy slope, comfortable walking, lovely. Flow connects pond zones, chess plots, creating unified vision, whole breakthrough reasonable. Pawn stands bloom arriving, carved with tipped caps, darling. Imagine woodbines curling stone bases, fragrant cascade covered, yet again. Huma sighs big comically clutching nose, flower drama funny, acting, missed gold moments, rest break, lets you sit edge quarry dust, billowing brown clouds. Small imperial messenger, slips near nearly silent feet stealth expert alike. Palm leaf note shows pathway corrections, detailed, subtle, minimal. Jahangir observed error, fixed, already clever, forgiving mood, prevailing kind. Sun shifts, lower pulling shadows, tall phantom dents long. Lane designs look different, now mystery etched, sound thick present. You hear pruners sharpening, nightly gear, ringing, song village-like, warm nightly. Grass blades shiver faint promise, between your fingers worn deep solved puzzle pattern emerging. Star-winnowed hush drops, profound, now making dreams steadily. Your boots trace still warm jade pathways, as moonglow stains courtyard silver. Messengers recently returned, gasp relating tales of fierce far-off peaks. Labor spans distant river Brahmaputras, forgotten edges demanding. They sought midnight blue flowers rumored near Bhutanese cliff faces, precariously. Grounds director Sohaib fingers a seedling catalog thick, its pages stained orange soil foreign. Royal decree demanded living patterns, hugging carved pond bases softly. Heat-loving jasmine curls, stone feet, perfectly here comforting known. Foreign climbers might recoil at Agra's drier air testy. One aide grumbles about sun-scorched petals, dropping fast, disappointing, waste unfunny. Picture riders swapping pack horses, 17 times, exhausting journey tough. They navigated landslides crumbling, passes thieves, menacing hard mode. Trading saltpeter sacks, zebu oxen, herds essential goods scarce. Mainstream records show Akbar planted century plants, exotic showing curiosity bold. A coded dispatch mentions giant Nepalese lotus seeds, promising golden-hearted blooms strange. Historians debate whether daylight level alters Bengal blooms, petal shape, simplistic real. Stone-carved roots need companion living threads, sacred agreement, subtle eternal. Sohaib barks, orders sharp echoes, bouncing quarry walls famous loud. Hydrate those Himalayan orphans, gently soft, spray, now urgent. Replace southern soil, almost fast, too sour acidity wrong. You spot peacocks nibbling rare alpine buds, nerve-wracking trespass unpleasant. Their heavy tails drag through medicinal mint patches, otherwise neat, mysteriously. Water boys lug skins, scented with seaweed steeped week's secret potion, nourish roots carefully. One dim cart holds potted patterns puzzling, unique curiously. Twisted belladonna vines nestle against vivid monkey-face orchids, strange bedfellows. Did some plant hunter sample jungle mushrooms, hallucination-driven, collecting horrible mistake? Workers dub them drunken fairies. Snickering, swear cautious aversion, sweet warnings sincere. Touch brings rashes fierce tailies worn legends, wildly growing. Sohaib stations dry-witted guard, Ramu near them, serious face, kept professionally. Ramu mutters guarding leafy lunatics below his station. Dignified, quiet, endless protest, thoughtful internal. Deep inside, royal, green reserve sprawls, stone forest, peaceful sanctuary. Artisans carved plum tree replicas, forever blossoming magic, preserved artfully. Each vein etched, slow, exact imitation, flawless, perfect. Jade leaves clink, soft breeze, creating bell-less chimes, faint, lovely. Orchid limbs hard, frozen mid-unfurl, disappearing time immortal. Roots grip unseen foundations, deep, even floods fail, erase secure patterns safely. Night insects cling thinking real shelter, deceived, clever illusion artful. You notice miniature woodcarvers, implanting false glow beetles' talents, impressive. Inside tree hollows deep, cleverly instilled. Once dark comes softly, alive, flickering points, greenish gold, convincing fantasy lifelike. Pathics, tactics, surprises, delightfully whimsical touch, unexpected. Underminister objects wasteful lamp oil costs, dreadful, spending excessive frivolous. Send bill Akbar's gold eaters, definitely. They replied royal. Eyes saw wondrous beauty necessary, overlooking cost. Imperials, way tolerating treasure boxes huge. Sleepy gardeners hall, Persian carpet pads, meditation corners, inviting, comfortable. Positioned facing, life-sized jade rook, towering nearby, impressive castle sharp, edges clean. Fringe scholars claim its mineral mass pulses faint towards Taurus constellation, nightly rhythm unknown. Why forgotten truth small? Gathering feels peaceful, surrendering, worldly, noise, luxury, rare thoughtfulness, granted welcome gift moment, prized, stars, dust surfaces, cold old beyond, worries, petty beyond plan, insignificant tiny, branch pattern shadows ink, the pathway, ahead tangled mystery, enfolding. Everything shifts slow, under moon's weary arc dragging celestial duty, like a loyal, invisible dog 13 hours, straight, obediently faithful always, present, companion, ephemeral. Your boots leave dark mud pools, far behind, suddenly striking creamy stone cold smooth, against soul's thankful contrast. Shah Jahan's famous love for white rock flares bright, like full moon in memory present. See how this perfect pathway mirrors his grand fortress city distant refuge. Its milky surface gleams soft, even under faint starlight, alone marvelous. You recall mainstream history clearly. He built that Taj Mahal feet white stone symbol, immortal love, well-known memorial ultimate. This garden trace copies palace squares, exactly twin-like, shimmering reflection, subtle promise. Feel that chill beneath your feet, soothing, deep, thoughtful, quiet, peaceful. Every step makes tiny whispers echo within polished flats, hypnotic rhythm soothing. Artisans hauled Makrana marble blocks heavy leagues, south, agonizing labor epic tales. 22 bullocks strained per slab, mighty beasts, bellowing protest, loud, strain, noisy. Wardens logged sweat rates, measuring worker drops, carefully odd, detail true. A persistent folktale claims singing, eased the weight, slightly easing burden, hopeful fiction, perhaps. Laborers hummed river songs, timing pulls, collective human chants, rhythm, ancient legacy, tradition, enduring. Notice those faint patterns swirling inside the rock, like frozen mist, pretty elegant. Historians still argue whether deliberate veins or natural art, equally beautiful accident. Original plans burned during a storeroom fire, long ago, lost forever. Now scholars squint comparing site charts, documents, frayed, smoke-stained hard work, unrewarding. Your finger traces cool grooves, guiding essential rainwater, away practical, graceful. This labyrinth folds back upon itself, endlessly feeding peaceful illusion, elegant infinity. Walkways mimic fortress paths. In far Delhi, precisely scaled down art. Recall those jade chess pieces, earlier far grander, moodier companions, solid shadows, opposite bright light soothing. White rock bridges softens their hard edges, gentle visual embrace, protective near. Lightning forks silver over Agra's distant walls, silent show, stormy theater. This stone drinks that distant flash, reflecting pale, ghost, light, briefly, wondrous moment captured. Miniature cypress trees, frame paths, slender sentinels, greenery dark, untouched. Their spires point skyward, mimicking fort, minarets, exact, small-scale tribute, respectful. Everything repeats. Stone calling stone, across vast empire realms, memory, echo, connected. Laughter sparks near that moon pool, round, perfect, ideal backshare lesson, learned well. Ground staff, fill, copper, pots, tipping liquid silver reflections. Playful, magnificent game, joyful. Recruit, Lal misjudges, ripples tickling his toes. Splashing boots wet, humiliation minor. Foreman, Tanishk, chuckles warning, soak feet, colder nights. Ahead, shrewd caution, subtle experience shared. Witnessing men, carved daily breeds dark humor bone deep, understanding pain shared safely. Their jokes run simple, often mocking, stone itself, cold, unforgiving, demanding, opponent fitting. Wild rumors claimed Shah Jahan slept wrapped in raw marble, sharding insomniac, bold lie invented. Truth stays grounded, mundane, yet grand. He cherished marble like lover's skin, treasured luxurious affection. Coolness pleased royalty, weary, sweaty, summer's relief, priceless then. His orders demanded pathways, soft-slippered, quietest footfall, impossible princesses. Walked grace needed. Walk lightly now, feel noble pretensions. Briefly uplifting mood light, feeling regal, momentarily fun. Facade easily donned. Jasper inlays glisten like scattered fireflies, round chessboard edges, extravagant flourish ornate. This section feels less crowded, more breathing space, calm, minimalist reality, deliberate design, principle. Night blooms open nearby, filling air, citrus sweet hope, unseen treasure, scent found. Contrast defines Shah Jahan's vision, sharp, clear. No muddy blends here meant. Precision rules each neatly fitted boundary corner, plumb line perfect, demanding standard. Perfection kills chaos, stone law irrevocable, final judgment, firm, hard, stone made. Unruly vines escape, nearby bushes trespass, intruding messy rebellion, feudal defiance. Small wind carries hawking cries over palace walls, distant trade beyond stronghold. Here sheer containment feels peaceful, hushed, beyond city thrum, soothing depth, calming soft silence. Critics blamed destructive cost, political neglect, fiscal sin. Eye-watering, sums spent monumentally truly. Whole village taxes once bought flawless 2-ton blocks, unreasonable expense eternal. Tonight, though beauty justifies theft, feels cruel, thought blunted, a softened viewpoint accepted. History always forgets pain, seeing only art, remaining endurance, lasting testament, hard bought. Some footpaths shine brighter than others, polished, frequent pilgrim. Steps, attentive visitors, respectful. Keeper's receipt, loosened rock lips, yearly routine, deep care. Religiously, diggers swear peaceful sleep. Comes easy tending, such calm walkways, benefit, personal recompense, solace found. They report dreams pure white, seamless, just silent knowing, quietness, reward precious, inner peace. Contrarians cite nightmare, immaculate surfaces, cracking slow, horror powerless felt. Emperor certainty feels fragile deception, lying underneath grand fronts, understanding wise caution, muffled, sense that inlaid star map, underfoot, famous astronomic chart, forgotten epochs past. It mirrors constellations, watching empire ascension, 30 years ago, roughly known, yet Shah Jahan approved shifting North Star's placement stubborn. Whim, unexplained legend, tells strong leader eccentric. Mainstream facts note Jade board points. True, North, precisely stated fact, accurate recorded. Quirky doubters whisper marble, warps magnetic forces, subtly diverting truth. Minorly small conspiracy theory odd. One tale claims pigeons fly crookedly crossing above surface, strangely distracted mystery, persistent lore, unfounded. Tired guards lean jesting against carved elephants, playful sentries, resting jokes casual relief needed. Their belts jangle loud, disturbing moonlit perfection, noise, intrusive, off-key offense, minor sense. Guard Benny cleverly claims noise, keeps thieves guessing plan. Misunderstood genius strategy, developed. Smooth stone betrays their sneaky footfalls. Anyways warning, silent alarm, perfect sentinel help. Modern taps mock the marble whispering, silly absent Shah Jahan. Jests harmless funny, disrespect light-hearted. Groundman Vijay yawns loud, advising shut mouths. Save energy real calls, exhaustion honest. Long ago artisans hinted secret writings under pathways, obscure inscriptions, hidden coded. Thin turquoise veins, formed names, engraver codes, romantic tradition, kept carefully dug proofs, never surfaced clear evidence, lacking puzzling silence, unbroken crypt-like. Do they tick-tick power deep under jade kings, walking ignorance, bliss unknowing, sounds creep like spilt mercury, eerie dread imagination, wild freedom, wandering nighttime, thoughts unburdened. Reality feels safer believing rock stays, innocent, pure, lovely, silent partner, true, enough comforting. Far off camel bells groan, night caravan moaning complaints, familiar sound known. This silent stone answers nothing, absorbing mournful noise, ghost hungry. Pre-dawn mist rolls, gentle kissing, cool surface damp, slowly approaching. Tapestry textures, blooms subtle, floral fashion, fleeting dampart vision transient, beauty gifted briefly. Treasure this silent, lonely grandeur forgotten by many nobility busy living today. Your mind holds precious old things, cradle kindness, gentle mourning, soft lament. Certain passes ache, preserving something tender, priceless fading, knowing, ephemeral passing glimpse. Savor stillness, white notebook page, awaiting ink dream. Yet unsaid, promise future, unwritten, unknown. Remember the worn jade pawn, met earlier miles, behind distant wanderer. Tonight it loses shadows, within clean white stone embrace, welcome, deep shelter, comforting union formed. Shapes conversed, stone language ages, old beyond speech, profound silence, understood deep within soul level comprehension. Your feet guide, growing tired, seeking soft, moss beyond ancient artifice, real nature beckons, comfortable final, rest ahead, inviting, humble carpet, grass waits, nearby needed comfort, real breath, welcomed, pleasantly arrived, cease, walking, journey, night pause earned. Sleep comes likeliest resting, under jade night's stern face, guardian figure, carved stoically, ever watchful faith, past protective, through years endless watch. He dreamed emperors, sleep secure knowing game, continues later renewed echoes, shadow tales begun, stopped temporary ending point, rest, deserved relaxing peace, complete full satisfied content. You awake to monsoon breath, humid close soaking, jade pawn shoulders, slippery damp grip awkward. Rain weeks have worked slow magic, softening proud lions into blurred memories, carved glory faded. Even eternal stones surrender to liquid time, gentle erosion, relentless. Notice deep grooves etched under bishops' crowns, centuries weeping in mineral paths, sad legacy. Remember Shah Jahan's perfect pathways earlier, monsoon-fed puddles mimic, lost silver mirrors, poorly broken illusions humble. Historians agree Mughal gardens used monsoon drainage, innovatively controlling floods, common knowledge, standard fact. Yet folk tales insist raindrops carry old emperor curses, whispers unproven silly fiction, perhaps fascinating myth persistent. Your finger traces carved Arabic verses, divine praise, weathered smooth, almost invisible, now touching history's fade direct. Acid rains wander north yearly, imported pollution, scourge hurting Agra, a new modern insult, added damage, present concern. Historians still argue whether flood damage stunned Aurangzeb's interest critical turning point. Debate lingering, unsettled discourse academic. Unseen workers refortify muddy edges banana leaf. Water breaks, rustling effort, unseen nocturnal toil, unacknowledged necessary salvation, effort silent. Nights earlier boasted prideful lions, crisp emerald, gaze fierce, arrogant stare, regal gone. Now moss seals their eyes, mournfully blind guardians. Now sleeping stoic watch, ended metaphor powerful sense loss, felt deeply. Plant roots tunnel under elephant foundations, undermining unwavering confidence, shocking unseen betrayal. Beneath loud slow, collapse possible threat, looming inevitable entropy. Heat cracks bloom across elephant tummies, spider-webbed flaws, creeping disasters, tiny, accumulating damage, daily, relentless. Some locals swear dark scars resemble Aurangzeb's scowling face, visible grudges, embodied projection, fanciful sighting, unlikely, though clear vision, for some believers odd superstition, niche belief. Colonial records note crumbling chesspiece ears. First 19th century reports, documented observation, recorded factually true. Far envoy once demanded gleaming pieces, for Queen Victoria foolish regal ambition, disappointed collectors, frustrated. Rains birthed unexpected miracles, 2 green surprises, rain bonus blessings, disguised as problems temporary. Velvety algae blooms wrap ponds, feet like jade socks, vibrant luxury, accidental decoration, pretty contrast. Lotus buds erupt overnight pink explosions, startling against green monochrome. Sudden joy brief, colorful. Moon pools float drowned stars galaxy, pits upside down cosmic, displays mirroring heavens, above reflection of universe magic small scale, wonder witnessed. Pre-dawn mist swirls around queen rooks like phantom armies, moving vapor ghosts, ethereal soldiers drawn. Stand perfectly still, feel time, accelerate, dizzying rush, disorientating, sensation odd. Whole chessboards seem almost trembling eager for summer dawn anticipation, etched, palpable silent vibration. Unpainted stone drinks shadows, transforming violet. Before sunrise, temporary art, fleeting miniature, show, spectacular brief. Third generation keeper Ravi whispers, there is precise hour around August rain, abating sweet spot perfect viewing, advise insider tip shared. He knows rooks weep, surprising dewtracks, salty myth, poetic interpretation, stretching reality, thin, perhaps beautiful thought, evocative. Dawn arrives painting horsemanets, copper, brilliant illusion fiery. Dawn light, spectacular transformation, glorious sight. Reality reclaims damp green permanence, boring, normalcy returned, disappointing, retreat. Pigeons flutter onto queens. Crowns ignorant respect, messy perches, chosen instinctive bird life, disrespecting hard history, unwittingly. Their droppings add streaks, vivid white insult, adding new impermanent layers, damaging temporary. Young painters perch on camel pieces, testing crazy scaffolding theories, practical access, attempts foolish, dangerous. Half-hearted graffiti flecks Akbar's name, faded scribbles, fading disrespect forgotten, effort fruitless. Sunrise reveals snail trails, cursive silver elegant, over jade script nature. Writing its scroll, organic art, fragile temporary. Light hits wet queens' faces abruptly, awakening stony hidden expressions, forgotten emotions, carved deep secret features, normally unseen revealed. Guardian eyes soften uncannily gentle, almost forgiving, like sentience, imagined projection, emotional pareidolia, poetic license. Clouds swallow this magic, quickly cruel disappearance, sudden harsh reality, check bitter feeling, feel your own face, wet confused tears, or fierce raindrops. A real question, pondered deeply silent confusion internal. Winds shift, carrying last rain remnants south, quiet departure monsoons, done, finished, cease, season passing marker, dry whispers, return echoing paths, reborn atmospheric change, familiar spirit resident cheerfulness, regained. Cricket songs replace frog thrum comforting music background, night embrace familiar symphony, welcomed return joyfully, disrepair reasserts truth ugly weather-beaten glory tough lesson, in decay tangible understanding deeper lesson, imparted learning. Jade night guards recall sandstone voids, shaped like broken soldiers, vanished pieces, symbolism, strong, evocative. Himalayan borrowed Persian garden blueprints, documented historical transplant fact, established reality. Water channel hieroglyphs emerge clean carved symbols, meaning lost, forgotten knowledge puzzles, unsolved, lingering mystery, perpetual. Foremen debate preserving writings versus improving drainage, modern dilemma, ever-present tension, conservation versus utility constant. Keepers wash silt off jade kings, carefully reverential care, ritual important, duty slow. 18 strong arms lift, toppled pawn, replacing pride position, laborious effort team, required shaky victory, temporary repair, uncertain lifespan, small win. Statisticians calculated rainier monsoons, pace, hidden computer models predict grim future mathematical forecast. Alarming, likely trend, undeniable. Your hand rests where Aurangzeb banned music orders target area, mute zones, silent, politically enforced, quiet, oppressive atmosphere, memorialized. Neglected canals grow wild forget-me-nots. Instead, glinting sapphire fragments, accidental garden pattern, lovely silver lining, bright side, surprisingly natural. Pawns face east, weathering unevenly, like old soldiers, wounded veterans, silent, suffering testament. Passing eras respect, deserved. Sunrise stains their backs, rosy false health vigor, fake illusion kindness, temporary welcome relief. Eye trick, pleasant, nonetheless momentary gift, given freely. Night closes humid, again oppressive blanket, thick air heat, burden sticky, uncomfortable, feels strangely grateful witnessing. The stones fatigue, shared solidarity, human parallel deepening, empathy connection, forged, silent, understanding bond, unspoken. Cradle a loosened emerald, night shard, fallen relic treasure, small, finding, precious artifact, tragic, decay, touched by time evidence, found personally tangible piece of history, held literally. Queens keep eternal watch, still holding fierce love for forgotten emperors, loyalty, eternal theme, steadfast, constant, even cracked queens stand regal in neglect, their deformed elegance haunting still. You navigate paths where Aurangzeb's shadow looms long, purple twilight, deepening gloom oppressive. Notice those quartz watchtowers, utterly silent now, garden music officially banned, decree strict, quiet, enforced. Severe Aurangzeb abandoned softer arts, coldly wore, swallowed imperial attention, entirely urgent priority shift, historical fact, recorded. His troops requisitioned master carvers, forcing sword hilts over rows, petals, cruel redirection of talent, heartbreaking irony. Jade elephants gather, dust motes, thick coatings, grimy neglect, visible signifier, decay obvious, roots truly feast below, ninja sappers, gnawing mortar unseen, slow invasion, relentless botanical warfare underfoot. Historians still argue whether cost drained coffers or personal piety fueled his stone-cold neglect, unresolved scholarly dispute, ongoing debate. Some claim he hated Akbar's stone lions, specifically unlikely spite, targeted personal vendetta, whisper, faint rumor, niche belief, quirky. Mango saplings burst through rook's foundations, green ambition, unchecked leafy rebellion rampant, nature reclaiming, workers vanish like mist, tools left mid-task, ghostly abandonment, scene poignant, interrupted effort frozen. That obsidian chisel, sleeping idle in monsoon mud, edge blunted by rain's caress, sad deterioration, metaphor forgotten, purpose symbolic, giant orchid, roots strangle pawns, necks boa constrictor grip tight, suffocation, relentless vegetable strength, surprising. Stone bishops watch starlight move, ignore emperors, changing human politics, irrelevance, cosmic scale, stark contrast, humbling. Mice nest in an elephant's hollow ear, rustling tenants, oblivious palace, past whimsical animal takeover, amusing thought absurdity. Gem chess pieces endure war seasons stoic, Mughal cannons, thunder, nearby distant rage, background noise constant, unmended canal breaches, leak precious water, lifeblood, seeping away quietly, irreversible loss, profound. Your kick unsettles an emperor's forgotten decree paper, brittle script, disintegrating on contact, physical decay tangible, imperial ink blurs with clumsy raindrops, fading officialdom pathetic end, observing document destruction firsthand. Recall humans echoing earthworks nearby. Same roots devour them, two equal opportunity destroyers, nature impartial, unstoppable, neglected jade yellows under dust's mother, anemic sickness, spreading visual blight, spreading despair, inducing. Stone horse legs sink stubbornly into mud quicksand, slow defeat, inevitable sinking, sensation, helpless witnessing, inevitability. Pre-dawn bleeds weak color on tools, rusty tears, glimpsed briefly sentimental vision, imagined, perhaps symbolic crying. Marmot bees colonize Akbar's crown, buzzing industry, replacing craftsmen, mad imperial irony, loud actually, guardrails rot, scenting air sweet decay, oddly pleasant fragrance, wrong context, juxtaposition, strange tinged sweetness. Worms scribble soil poems beneath your feet, living hieroglyphs, unseen art, temporary organic inscriptions, ephemeral. Grasses write Aurangzeb's name crookedly, accidental tribute mockery. Green script, ironic commentary, unintended message. One shattered rose quartz stool remains, evidence of a gardener's last stand, futile resistance, remembered pointless dramatically. Nightmares claim even stones may be. Fanciful thought, unreal poetic projection soft, whimsy late hour. Fog wraps cracked queens gently, morning veils, ethereal tribute, atmospheric shroud, respectful silent. Your lantern exposes a scorpion, perched cool, on Aurangzeb's sculpted frown, observer, incongruous small, hazard mildly amusing sight. Imperial anger, embodied, hosting tiny freeloader ironic tenant-fitting association, symbolically just, wild melons fatten near rainwater pools, plump squatters, thriving insurgent garden guests, unexpectedly productive. Historians note Aurangzeb's tomb cost 20 rupees, famously modest, restrained expenditure, documented fact, austere legacy, lichen hats bloom bright on kings, punk rock royalty, redefining crowns, organic fashion, unexpected style, green hairdo, whimsical image, vivid. Dry wind sings through empty guardhouses, a tuneless lament, echoing endless ghostly music, sorrowful absence loud, hidden in upside-down chessboards maybe. Contradictory thinkers mourn elegance, lost unheard voices, hypothetical, conceptual. Feel the great turning away, stone breath, held suspended, almost anticipation, hopeful glimmer. False dawn streaks, cannon smoke, orange. Battlefield, sunrise, contamination. grim reflection, polluted light warning. Gem pieces grow colder hour by hour, retreating inward glacial isolation, increasing distance, felt viscerally. Jewel tones fade to thirsty gray, pallid exhaustion, visible draining life, chromatic depression, decolorization. Your thumb finds a carver's hidden mark, a tiny dawn bird scratched symbolic signature, overlooked, touching personal connection, intimate discovery. Rain finally claims a pawn hole, drowned silhouette, swallowed completely, terminal disappearance, watery, grave, observed. Empty plinths outnumber whole pieces now. Chess becoming absence metaphor, too real, tangible loss, accumulation stark. Imagine root hairs tickling queen's stone feet. Unprovable speculation, gently absurd, humorous, aside light moment. Moonlight paints, starving marble, ghostly. Hunger made visible, luminous deprivation. Eerie, glow, haunting. Starvation takes even jade cities, slow, patient famine. Unstoppable process, universal. Morning sun confirms the hollow victory. Dirt, overwhelming beauty, irreversible shift. Undeniable truth, harsh. Yet some made picks wild mint. Nearby, cheerful whistle breaking silence. Unexpected, hopeful sound, uplifting. Life continues around frozen majesty, simple truth, revealing periphery resilience. Overlooked, emerald night balances on one foot, drunken defiance posture, unintentional comedy, resilient, survivor funny stance, accident. Artisans buried favorite chisels, secretly somewhere folklore claims, ritual protection, whispered tale, niche, tidbit, local belief. You lean on humans listing, arch ponder, decay, universal equalizer, thoughtful memento, Mori reflection, time's passage. Then, silently, a crumbled queen falls, finally, finality, blunt punctuation mark, ending witnessed, conclusively. Dust blooms like gray lotus around her, epitaph written in inevitable fallout, poetic aftermath, image fitting. Aurangzeb's war's echo in that soft thud, resonant, quiet reverberation connection. Past, present linked. Jade itself seems relieved, an awkward conclusion, drawn, projecting peace onto mineral stillness, imagined release. You kneel beside Malik, third generation groundskeeper, crouching grimy. His palm spreads dry toddy leaf wide before you. Notice ink smoke drawings. Fragile layouts dance. Water veins hidden under mud, official maps. Ignored long ago, resourceful preservation evident. His fingertip traces an emperor's lost oath channel. Buried 18 feet west, crucial knowledge transferred quietly. Salt grains cling stubbornly, real sweat marking each canal node, vivid personal trace, intimate relic. He breathes, forgot sequences, tried 5 wrong ones, admitting fallibility, softly helpful admission, human error. Canal engines choked last Tuesday, 5th failure this month, worsening decline, mechanical collapse, recurring. Pre-dawn mists carry phantom gardener voices, perhaps imagined auditory hallucination, comforting, thought, interesting phenomenon. They traded routes like pawn moves, knowledge, passed hand to hand whispers, only secrecy, vital tradition, maintained ancient Persian. Chahar Bagh, sought earth paradise, mainstream historical tradition noted. One man always kept the falconry control code, secret keeper role, specialized responsibility, trusted position, vital function. Historians still argue whether Akbar himself conceived the Jade irrigation patterns or master builders operated freely open, debate, mentioned, frictionlessly, unknown authorship mystery. Greenkeepers perfected mongoose deterrent scents, pickled tamarind, plus neem oil recipe, quirky, unique local solution, documented quirky tidbit, included. You step toward canal breaches leaks widening daily, now tangible damage, spreading visible erosion apparent. Rashid the waterite waits there, eyes tired, circles, deep exhaustion, etching his face clearly. He pats a cracked sluice, wooden edge, tender, rueful touch, affectionate gesture, barely holding. Remember Aurangzeb's unmended gaps nearby. This feels different. Intentional neglect meets dedicated salvage mission, purposeful restoration. Attempt underway. Rashid fishes folded silk from sleeve, tool bag, soaked silk map, limp damp material, historical rescue effort. Scale shrunk channels glow turquoise on wet cloth watery map. Alive color, vivid detail, preserved. Laughter bubbles suddenly from Rashid. Queen Ada loved bleeding heart vines. Memory sparking. Joy unexpected, delight personal recollection. She planted them behind Bishop's Terrace, hidden pet project. Behind stone figures location, specific detail. Documented palace records mention her gardener arguments, often noted primary source recollection niche fact included. Did mythical scorpion kings guard key locations? Old wives' tale passed groundsman to groundsman, humorous folklore, anecdote, whimsical belief. Rashid scoffs, but checks shadows anyway, revealing subconscious concern, faint apprehension, possibly funny habit. Fog thickens, wrapping you, both quiet shrouds, silent atmosphere, enveloping damp air pressing close. Rising damp climbs jade elephant legs, urgent need pumping, tracked water level climbing, worry clearly. They become field time librarians, really unsung knowledge, holders, vital role, essential preservationists, described accurately. Sweat and leaf, scent surrounds their work bubble olfactory landscape, distinctive smell setting immersion. Rashid leans sweaty brow against cool marble, finding small comfort, tactile relief, sought relief needed. Young Azhar scurries near palm scrolls, clutched tightly, urgent purpose, speed, young helper, arriving breathless. Akbar's favored trumpet vine scheme unfolds precise instructions, vital detail, retrieved, salvage, effort, successful recovery. Tripled pumpmen needed tomorrow, logistical challenge, addressed problem, requiring resources planning, indicated. Think Abbasid pool designer book source, curated knowledge reference, point, historical connection, made broad mention. Rashid teaches Azhar falcon conduit symbols, intently apprenticeship moment, teaching ritual observed, precious knowledge transfer. Dew beads cling to tricky diagrams, frustrating moisture problem, practical obstacle extra barrier, knock knock beetles sound, nearby rhythmic nature noise soundtrack, background ambience, present insect noise. Believed water clock timers, long ago legend quirky possibility, stated history mystery, implied cool detail, 14 water crossroads, mapped finally azure size, relieved milestone, reached minor victory, achieved. Scream pipes must align true north early tomorrow, critical step, timing, sensitive operation, point, highlighted. Italian glassmasters added those tubes, foreign influence, historical detail, noted international cooperation mentioned. A dry chuckle escapes Rashid, always glitched after summer storms. Wry observation, humorous complaint, shared experience, relatable moment. You glimpse fractured queen shadow, nearby surprise, casting gloom reminder, previous section's legacy, connected. Mapping blurs, passion fruit stains, messy record preserved imperfect reality, documented, charmingly flawed. Old Hassan brings bitter almond tea gesture, offering community moment, bonding ritual simple comfort shared. Clay cups, warm your chilled palms, thermal relief, small kindness, appreciated sensory, detail, touch taste, palm secrets traded here, 40 years. Hassan murmurs long tenure historical memory, experience vast. Mughal groundsmen kept rose oil journals, secret histories, niche tradition lost, knowledge potentially existing, implied mystery, open debate question, posed naturally. Did head gardeners eclipse estate managers quietly? Power dynamics, ponderance, scholarly wonder, subtle influence, speculation, implied thoughtfully. Spilled tea mimics, lost river paths, accidental art moment, beautiful coincidence, observed temporary pattern. Young Azhar traces the spill, absent-minded playful act, youth, distracted moment, charming behavior. Evidence lives in worm tracks under roses. Hassan insists ecological observation, belief, nature's records eternal. His grandfather ripped up quartz pathways, foolishly mistake destructive action consequence, mentioned action, regretted. Notice his reference aid. Beetle shell glued clumsily, keepsake eccentric tool, quirky, object personal artifact reveal. A sandstorm interrupted Shah Jahan's visit, hilarious debacle, humorous anecdote, past chaos, described, amusing problem, historical note. Sixth generation, battles root leprosy, deep, underground, eternal struggle, underground warfare, constant battle, theme, reminding. One stray parchment shred, escapes brown papyrus skidding, across terrace scattering trash, evocative ephemeral sight. Rashid stomps it, damp prevention, oops, impulsive reaction, quick save, mistake, corrected accident, prevented. Forgotten fountain measurements unfold in shaky script details, resurrected specific technical data, brought back light. Musk deer browsed near Pond Grove. Hassan recalls history, memory, ecological interaction, past wildlife, noted animal visit. Verdigris, eats bronze valve caps. Green decay, visible problem corrosion. Spreading uncontrolled chemical reaction, ongoing. Floppy banana leaf becomes geography, slate improvisation, clever tool. Use resourcefulness, display quick thinking. Rashid scratches hazard zones, using charcoal drawing, urgent warning, updating map, live revision. Slurping mud pulses, underground rhythm, organic sound, audible presence, ground murmur heard, roots busy work, giant worms sink emperor paths, deep again turn. Hassan mutters secondary problem, complicated matter, obstacle, identified. Lichen glimmer shows, neglected plinths, visual cue indication. Neglect, bright pattern, obvious sign. Damp stains their rolled sleeves, proudly sign. Task. Undertaken, badge, hard labor, evidence of work. Hassan traces royal bloodline, jokingly making a game learning tool, playful teaching method, engaging activity. Palm leaf stiffens day by day, archival problem, physical preservation. Challenge, reality, material, fragility, limitation. Skeleton key, complex gates. Guardians, ghostly ghost guardians, forgotten. Locking mechanisms, still operational, potentially useful tool, might work still. Pre-dawn paints, cheeks, orange final time marker signal, wrapping up end, approaching. Rising generation, murmurs, water law, outside, vocal preparation. Practice verbal recitation. Learning, ritual learning, going on near them. Eclipse feared, poisoning fire, channels, superstitious, concern, historical dread, irrational fear. Mentioned, period mindset, interesting. This map holds tomorrow's light. Rashid declares statement conclusion. Hopeful ending, resonant theme, optimistic closing. Quiet keepers spin silk below our view. Their crucial unseen labor vital support system, still functioning resiliently. Their whispered keys, unlock, filtered dawn, simply metaphor, final beauty, narrative, closure image. You hear one keeper murmur palace geometry, sleepily signal of the end, human voice ending on voice. Let me see you walk the ancient pattern. He breathes instruction, final invitation, voice fading, suitable ending, fade out pause, trailing thought, rebel shouts, shattered dawn quiet at garden gates, crushing your last peaceful thought instantly. So-called liberators storm manicured paths, axes swinging brutal toppling scores of men, flimsy bamboo barriers, stood feudal against large-muscled anger, bastion, only paper-stuff defense. Notice their uniform tatters. Poverty fabric, forced rebellion, criminal need, overflowed boundaries, understandable motive gradient. You duck behind Jade, elephant throne bulk, cool strength, shielding flesh, temporary refuge. These were Aurangzeb's late deserters, historian accounts. Confirm surviving troop fragments, known rump force, seek blades, chip lovely pawn helmets, smooth detail, breaking everywhere audible clatter, harsh sound. Their commander bellows about splendor taxes, reasonable tax grievance, stated clearly, documented cause. Did mystical stonewalkers climb statues night guarding? Rumored folklore story kept caretakers, Scared, amusing superstition, quirky tidbit, expressed secretly. Fierce downswing cracks bishop mitre clean right off. Severed moss green headstays, perfect, strangely. Solid hard gem mass shrugged off vandal force. Stone shrugging debris, falling stubbornly tough response. Deep nephrite barely scratched their rage. Impervious material accomplishment, forgotten achievement, subtle endurance. Veiled scratch marks fade near bishop's feet. Weak attempts proof anger, spent foolishly brief impact. Bitter truth dawns likable young men feeble force against Mughal grand genius. These fighters missed all hidden trapdoors beneath grass, strategic places, obvious vacancy. Historians still argue whether looters sought treasure or just broken collaboration pieces, fiercely tangled motives, mysterious, open debate phrase, woven naturally. Boys stamped saltfoot patterns without knowing, inadvertent recreation historical form, accidental nod irony, observed. Remember Rashid tracing Falcon controls just yesterday. Vandalism ignores superior mechanics. Pleasure worlds separate shadowy disconnect revealed. Crude soldier pours liquor over chesking, rubbing shiny bit, wasting precious alcohol drunk. Disrespect obvious. Liquor sizzles, then evaporates useless evaporating liquid, leaving nothing comic futility, small humor note. Smooth imperator surface guards, its dream, untouched, impossible, to stain forever resilient. Stone moths glare down blind, polished watching. Disdain captured sculpture expressions, poignant image. One rebel trips near Queen Plinth laugh, scornful laughter at clumsy action moment mocked. His knee bleeds on gravel teenager wound, accidental injury, gritty reality check. Young Azure stares frozen from one far lookout spot, youthful shock visible across distance, appalled witness. Greenkeeper tactics hid every tool, peaceful resistance clever, enough resourcefulness remembered. Slaves showered peacocks midday, noise distracting invaders. Well-timed defense, diversionary tactic historical reference included. Rebels stomped budding tuberose beds, delicate life, crushed wasteful destruction sensory, detail smell loss. Each stem snapped side like bird bone ominous sound, effect auditory element added. Did poets hide protest verses inside sculptures hollow stones? Secret rebellion theory, whispered librarians, doubtfully suggested possibility, quirky question, posed reflectively. Jade queen gazes past chaos calm, imposing stoic presence, constant observation. Thick clouds swallow, screaming, finally sounds diminishing relief, softening edge. Rain luck aids Rashid's team, unseen, help natural phenomenon blessing coincidence. Retreat leaves, sad wounds, behind ugly scars, evidence leftover mess. Broken pawn lies prone gravel chess form, defeated symbolically fallen piece. One soldier pocketed night-ear tiny theft, recorded greedy action, small crime. You feel polish resistance under palm touch. Cool stone safe, immovable object sensory reassurance. Rough cut marks near base, contrast, sharply textural difference, obvious reminder. Defeat tastes like gravel dust, unpleasant flavor, lingering bitterness, recalled experience. Historians, rifles, crack miles, distant diversion, reported background, event temporal connection, footprints circle confused patterns, now lost like ants' pointless motion, visualized clearly. Sunbeam finds, jade queen eye glint, hidden spark, subtle hope, preserved detail. Your sandal slips, walking off path, onto slippery stone. Your sandal slips, walking off path, onto slippery stone. You grab a jade pawn fragment just before falling flat. That pawn spoke garden stories once, soon destined for northern fog banks. Rough sandstone patterns rise ahead like forgotten history ribs, time's cruel eraser, scrubbing whole chess armies clean. Dr. Pringle arrives first, British East India mapman munching cucumber sandwiches, disregardfully historical figure, documented well. His polished boot nudges fallen knight shoulders, that noble horse rider piece, barely flinching solid response. These queer totems survive war storms well. Archibald, proper weight for door jamming slack frames. Pringle jokes punting moss green bishop toward fatigued terraces, light humor amid theft. Soldiers heave rock rooks onto carts, rough ropes, digging stone skin, harshly audible friction noise. Each toss wobbles wood axles, complaining loud creaks sensory overload. One ensign stuffs pawns into saddlebags, greedily regarding them as mere garden trifles, ironic ignorance. Ever hear about Duke Ormond's bath step conversion? True rambling tale. Chess queen wedged under plumbing pipes, 40 winters, quirky tidbit village gossip. Think jade elephants steaming beside bubbled soap. Absurd bathroom royalty, ridiculous image. Rain dribbles inside rope grooves, softening bark. German rania vines start creeping wagon wheels, quiet reconquest. Historians still argue whether officers pocketed pieces for vanity or vault value. Loot motive locked in foggy ledgers. Open debate phrase slipped natural. Pringle's wool coat smells like wet attic curtains, musty odor, unpleasant memory. They hammer boxes, shut near screaming peacocks, cruel indifference, tonal conflict. You sense hollow air inside emptied plinths, silence thinner than paper absence, felt physical lack. Crated bishops sail Dover-bound on creaking ships. Waves fighting jade chorus, peaceful intent, disrupted consistently. Salt crusts nights by moonrise offshore, crystalline glare mocking coalition. Loneliness, stark visual. Anaheim Castle footmen unload 4 pieces wrong labeled, pagan albino idols, colonial arrogance palpable. One maid scrubs king crown with lye soap, misguided cleaning, punishing fish scale luster, hopeful maintenance. By dinner gong 10th sunset, 4 pawns guard rose hedge, mazes disorderly arrangement, chaotic adaptation. Lady Catherine uses horsepiece as hutch stopper wild, shove abrupt cabinet slam, capped movement. Stout beast improves Sheraton legs. She trills showing cluelessness, detached privilege funny line. Original garden slots remain scar, hollows in Agra earth, nail-shaped excavations, unbandaged wounds. Fossil water lichens outline departure shadows, ghosted shapes remembered. Ocean shipping humidity hurt jade work, whispers natural scholars, frown secret fault line changes, invisible decay process. Art historian cadiously sketched bishop codes before sailing luck, secure duplicate pencil trails, saved artistry effort. Imagine that scroll stuck behind Oxford blotters, soft, survival twist, historical reference. 2 years pass, 13 pieces stare across Cheshire, ballroom gloom separation, imposed. Lost queen sulks behind wet shovel-room barrels, sad confinement, pitiable state. Adults forgot emperor names by fireside sleepy arrogance, lazy forgetting. Kids dared each other to touch cold stone lips, childish games, ironic echo. Disconnected nights saw fighting reality, unnecessary burden metaphor. Historian wills debate structure systemic failure, glass castles, stood ignoring world purpose, symbolic stalemate. Catalog papers flutter, every sale night, auction lists, scrambling tribe identity, historical destruction, documented. Royal curator bluffed ignorance, pretending low origin, complete lie. Butlers tossed queen in cellar box, 12 changes, hidden punishment for cleaning time, laziness, human pettiness. One farmer's wife weighted jars with 70 pawns, pointless misuse, unbalanced destruction. Remember Mrs. goes mending green silk fabrics. Even thread remembered jade light lineage, slightly humorous callback. Cart springs broke near sooty London factories. Imperial rock, smoking diamondly humor. Whole rule systems vanished each time a piece passed. Streets pointless travel. Folk songs described paths, confusing foreign maids, muddled translation, failed heritage. Masterboards slept divided across borders, since independence time span telling. You trace old wood grain differences, now marks left by vanished stone things, feudal gesture. Separated kings dream shallow palace dreams, unsuitable fantasies, fading power. Wrap your palm around remaining pebble splinter, farewell solace. Miniature stone echo, closing feeling. Your palm cups that chill pebble fragment, last soliter of lost command history leaving. Sun bakes cleared pathways beneath Agra fort now. Red sandstone pathways hiding secret stories old. You kick mud-sealed breaks where rootwork split ancient mortar patience overridden. That shovel-room queen once pouted seas away her green sigh, stuck, hearing sewer murmurs, unfitting courtly company. Historians tally ownership, tables worldwide, server lists intricate, as spiderwebs, technical detail noted. But they misplace pawn ranks like dropped dimes, rudely careless, mainstream fact time. The British Museum exhibits rook fragments behind airtight glass, impersonal distance, symbolic holding. Imagine them glowing falsely, fridge-light life stealing, dawn's warmth, funny observation, footsteps echo, a absurdly loud over empty squares, sound carrying weirdly over absent stones. Notes wash over you, rebel water runes once sung by gardeners' deep, rhythmic songs. Little rain spills inside cracks, writing liquid ink text, temporary marvel. Archaeologists scrape foundations, today dental picks, teasing soil secrets, meticulous labor viewed. They nibble crusted history, a part quietly focused, weird tidbit surfaces. Some deli sweet shop molded rose milk treats, after jagged pawn shapes quirky culinary tale. Tasted faintly, like mint and earth, whispers eccentric recipe recall. Locals shrugged, saying, babies chewed them happier. Drooling emperors reenacted comic image. Your toe traces pond outlines, evaporated picture lines of game schemes. 5 yards left reveals fountain root heart, just buried shallow gasp realization. Stones yearn connection beneath dust, lined up soul roots, stretching home metaphor expressed. Monkeys steal Dixite pencils between jokes, chattering minor chaos noted. Historians still argue whether Shah Jahan reused Humayun's rocks, shifted pieces, like thrifty tokens, open debate phrase, inserted natural. Evidence hides under lichen maps, whispering tone-layered arguments. You squint reading cracks, micropoems about moon-wetted jade, forgotten messages. Recall Mrs. Gose's green silk drape, glowing. Threads hoarding palace reflections, past callback made. Nearby coppersmiths shape watering cans, deeply clumsy gifts things. Cheap tin Avalon, tinny echo, replacing royalty, amusing jab. One gardener's kid hides jasper shards inside clay balls, small treasures kept. Future stargazers dig them up baffled, nicely improbable. Heavy air smells thirsty above drilled wells, collective ache felt. Dispersed pieces hold trapped moisture, size palpable longing described. Imagine Cornwall kings sweating damp cellar dreams, unsuitable climate victim, waterless vines outline bishop paths, absent green sketching the plan barely. Workers hose trenches, muddy streams mumble meaninglessly modern interference. Urdu graffiti spreads 90s music phrases, past peel, layers modern times intruding. 34 saplings get planted tomorrow, symbolic effort weak generation. You drop your warm pebble into surveyor's chalk circle gesture meaningful right. Their catalog marks it. Rock specimen KY 77. Lost again, bureaucratic loss, ironic. Tea break whistles shrill, calling dig crew's final punctuation symbol. Crumpled plans blow southwest, dusty pretenders floating away defeated mission. Staff turn keys to gray chain, gates locking nothing possessions gone long ago. Crickets inherit gravel asymptotes, cold math, becoming music natural transition. Night rewrites everything in rain script by morning, cloudy palimpsest, layered story. You walk red paths, twisting downriver, remembering whispers lasting task. Your skin holds river fog proof, something rooted perseverance final note. Tonight, your own breath moves thick over river mud, still wet From the afternoon's passing shower, you trace a toe circle in that cold, dark soil, feeling centuries seep up, quiet like vibrations. That small jade piece tucked in your pocket pulses, almost oil-slick chill against worn fabric, familiar companion now. Call it your final pawn, sole survivor waiting for home, its long journey ending. Historians log the Koh-i-Noor diamond crown jewel details, exactly thorough notation, expected, yet royal toe, rings glitter forgotten, beneath empire dust, amusing oversight. You stretch exhausted legs, hearing bones pop, like old hinges echo complaint. River mist curls close white fingers, tap tap tapping your skin, walking, blanket mysterious chill. Your hand finds the jade piece, slippery warm finally, from holding so long personal relic. Its inner patterns swirl faint green mist, trapped time art gallery, unseen. Imagine emperors dozing mid-move kings, snoring on thrones shaped like camel humps funny picture. Staff logs report midnight gaming sessions, strange obsession, recorded fact plain. But Babur, sick and homesick, dreamed true mountain water, while hearing Delhi heat, waves phantom trickle. Weird tidbit surfaces. Shah Jahan insisted talented chess workers wore amber toe, rings, superstition, strange accessory rule noted, perhaps warding off stone spirit mischief, believed protection imagined. You place your pawn fragment upon the damp earth, giving it ground back symbolic return. It sinks slow, baby tooth, vanishing greedy earth swallowing. Stars blink sharp holes in the black roof above myriad silent observers. Feel the vast garden plan pressing upward, invisible latticework pressing your soul's sensory ghost. Archaeologists mapped the massive undersoil channel's whole water vein systems, elaborate design confirmed. They flowed 18 miles true distance, buried effort, immense undertaking remembered. You picture labyrinth layers, snake burrows tangled deep forgotten, engineering marvel hidden. That squirreled away jasper shard sits waiting, patient, in its clay egg nestled safe. Future fingers brush dirt off wonder blooming personal discovery, future speculation. Will they weep seeing its river shine, true origins known mystery, solved? Lie flat now, cool grit finding neck, and hair personal bedding, earth made. Chill seeps nicely past your shirt calming fire nerves, soothed therapy. Picture Aurangzeb's stone queens witnessing wrestling monkeys, giggle circus participants, rhododendron scent drifts, furtive mockery of tame Mughal, rose eyes olfactory joke slight. Historians still argue whether laborers were forced or revered their work enough open, debate phrase natural here. The river holds drowned answers, silt muted, forever silent proof lost. Crickets, saw restless fiddles, underground concert mad tuning, started. Your pawn piece hums almost ground connection, singing deep vibration sensed. Smell dawn's gray milk, rising far side of Yamuna River, first light promise. Distant truck horn coughs, modern beast interrupting imperial night rude insertion. Your jade feels lighter somehow, burden easing back towards source, mysterious relief. Brits traded crown fragments like playing cards after winning big foolish game, historical fact, cold transaction, noted. Peace count gambling, stakes childish offense perceived, but local bazaars hid queen fragments. Inside, spice sacks clever preservation, tactic resourceful act remembered. Turmeric dusted chessmen, sneaking home vivid image created. Fingers trace earth above your buried pawn, tender secret gesture fond. Deep roots connect every scattered splinter, invisible pulling force, metaphysical tug. Shadow bishop glides wind path, lost phantom moving still. Sleep drifts, slow honey heavy tide, unstoppable pull. Blood pulses, rhythm, beneath quiet skin, steady drum, personal metronome. You become root bone yourself, now part of older dreams merging slowly. Last loose fact floats past. Akbar commissioned dream-based board adjustments, odd, creative spark instance. Moonlight guides his sleepy architect's phantom blueprint designing. That jasper shard warmed itself, waiting 240 patient years, prepared for reunion. Feel connection, like spider silk threads, weaving the world whole, fragile structure, sustained. Jade learns your skin signature, keeping memory. Carry safe, immortality, personal kind. Cool silk river fog wraps you, tender keeper moth gray cloth cover, providing comfort. Let the grand woven cloth settle, familiar, weight, heavy blanket timeless. Each piece holds imperial yawns, never meant to wake dreams, important charge granted. Tonight's moon cleans, forgotten, pathways pale, solvent washing traces. Breath evens out, soft tide, predictable quiet. Guarded dreams slip deep down, safe harbor reached perhaps. Excite gate chains sound far off, like jingle bells, misremembered, sign off, distant sound. One crow shouts rusty hinge cry, punctuation dark moment. Your palm lies open, empty prayer, surrendered gesture. Downriver temple gong sounds, bronze belly deep hum, across water soothing vibration lullaby. Sleep walks the red path's patient feet, moving ever forward, forever journey. Your breath sinks deeper, darker, into the damp river mud, warm beneath you, slow comfort. Centuries hum soft under your palm, ancient song, understood deep. The pocket jade rests quiet, now little heartbeat, stilled, exhausted guardian home. Mist strokes your cheek, like cool silk gentle keeper, watching over tender care. Call that small pawn home, now buried gift, to future seekers, silent promise. Its green light sinks deep, joining root threads, weaving earth back together. Your shoulders melt, soft, surrender heavy bones, sweet relief, finding ground absolute. An empire snored kings, dreaming chess moves, while rivers flowed carved dreams beneath them, remembered. No forced labor thoughts, remain only deep-rooted desires, merging quiet acceptance. Your own roots grow now, slow bit by bit merging with dark soil belonging. You become that measured throb, beneath skin steady soft, slow drum echo, relaxed. Dawn's gray hint trembles rivers, edge distant promise. You need not meet gentle delay. Feel the vast garden field cradling you, whole wonder, complete embrace granted. Dixite chains sound like far toy bells faint, and unimportant mere background noise, forgotten. One crow says, peace, dark velvet sound, good night word offered tender. Downriver temple gong sighs deep bronze breath crossing dark water, profound comfort vibration, lullaby. The red paths wait patient eternal, quiet footsteps, no urgency felt. Sleep walks softly holding lost queens, sleeping kings, forget not, dreams precious guardianship, accepted. All fragments drift together, spun safe spider silk, unseen, strong unifying web. River fog covers you, soft, gray, embrace, tender final comfort. An open palm, empty prayer, received sure warmth, deep answer known. Beneath, bloodbeat, soundless release. Rest, woven quiet, jade warmed deep, down soil soft, sleep eternal harbor, reached landfall shore.